right next to this house, this blue house right here, got struck by lightning.
Hey, Jen, let me give you a look at this. This is a curb like you would usually think of one, but over here is what is sometimes left behind after construction work. This is like an asphalt lip that goes like this. People say that this is causing problems for them they've never seen before.
Cush's football toughness was developed here in Wimber, but this Rambler would trade in the colder climate for a coaching opportunity in the desert, where he'd begin to build a Sun Devil program, making sure to leave his legacy here at Arizona State.
We're here behind the mayor's house right now. Lots of paper supplies and cleaning products. Those are needed.
Right, yeah, well, you've probably seen it if you've driven around the city. Places like this with just trash strewn all over the place. This place, I'm told, is actually abandoned, but were there people that lived here, the codes department used to just come by and leave a warning. Now what they do, though, is come by and leave a copy of the codes ordinance and a ticket saying that you owe the city money right then and there.
Ever since Pokemon Go first launched, Central Park has been filled with players, adults, kids, trying to catch these little guys.
Well, I can kind of give you a sense of it, Jen. If you take a look up the hill here to Menacre Boulevard, we're standing on Barnett Street, kind of just like up the hill from the hospital. You can see where that hill there just basically gave way, all of that mud and trees, all of it coming down the hill there and hitting this yellow house that you see here, knocked 10 feet, basically slowly pushed 10 feet off of its foundation. It's tough to tell how much damage was done here unless you take a really close look at it.
According to a preliminary report by the National Weather Service, a tornado touched down in Cambria County last night. The report says there were no injuries or deaths.
Skyview 6 also capturing video of nearby farms. Most of the water has receded tonight, but still many homes are cleaning up.
Over that way, they've closed off that sidewalk. People can't walk there either because they're worried about those pieces. In fact, you take a look close to the top of the building, on the top of that fire escape there, you can see actually some debris just laying there that's apparently fallen off of the roof.
Water is the thing that connects everybody. I mean, we all need it. Everything needs water to survive.
When it comes to football season, it normally means the Nittany Lions tearing it up here in Beaver Stadium. But we wanted to show you what it takes to make this. Preparation for football season begins as early as July and August with all hands on deck. And once the season officially starts, a cycle begins for thousands of workers.
Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, 43 yards for a touchdown. Pittsburgh on top by 1, 7-6 still in the first half. Same connection, Roethlisberger to Brown, second of their 2 scoring touchdowns.
The arena was full and enthusiasm was high as Trump took the stage addressing national and regional issues. I spoke to him one-on-one about his plans for both the nation.
Penn State is back for another duel in the desert and up the road from where they'll play in their 7th Fiesta Bowl. We're at a high school basketball game. This one features one of the top athletes in Arizona.
They are actually going out in police cars and ambulances, fire vehicles, that kind of thing, with buckets like this one going up to doors with the porch light on.
No one would have blamed Sean Doherty if he had become a recluse after what happened to him. But he refused. He joined the Navy. He opened a restaurant in Johnstown. He married his childhood friend. And then he went big, really big, in the biggest, brightest lights possible, right here in the Big Apple.
New York City, the city that never sleeps, a cosmopolitan melting pot of more than 8 million people. Not exactly where you would expect a kid from Johnstown to seek his fortune. But like another line from that great Sinatra song, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Moxham has seen its share of drugs and violence. But on this block, you can see lights shining brighter than the darkness. And you might just hear Daryl Bynack cleaning some of those lights. And he's been putting up lights all his life.
But it's always been a love of mine, and it just passed on out of this area here since I moved here.
It took him and his landlord about 4 days to finish. And just past this wreath-covered window, Bo Moore gives guitar lessons inside.
It's really great to see the way the street is decorated every Christmas, that there are people within Moxham that really care about this community, and always shows this time of year.
We're proud of this street. We try to keep the trash cleaned up daily and plant flowers in the summer, and it's a little positive area.
The nonprofit organization has done this without a single public appeal for funding.
Ready, go. Ace Pay. Ed, hey, look the other way.
At the helm of the Pennsylvania's second oldest ballet company is artistic director Carla Prusnall, who has turned out greatness from her small studio year after year.
Scarnati refuses to meet with Doherty, Rossi, or other victims until he walked out of his office and into the outstretched hand of Sean Doherty.
What I want to tell you is, I'm on camera, thank you. I'm praying for all of you, okay?
I don't need your prayer. I don't need your prayer. I need a vote. What the senator doesn't realize as a victim, okay? No one listens to you as a victim.
Sean Doherty, born and raised a Catholic, has not been inside a Catholic church since his father's funeral in 2014. He is not a practicing Catholic. He has doubts about all he was taught in his faith. He's not sure he even believes in God.
If it did happen, you passed, and you came face to face with the God you were taught to believe in, with the God that we're all taught to believe in, what would you say?
I don't think I'd be able to speak. I think I'd just burst into tears. I really do. I would. I'd just burst into tears. You have no idea how this affects a person for as long as it does. And I think the only word that I'd possibly be able to say is why. Why me?